Whew. What a beautiful sunny day. Well, hello gainers, welcome to my channel called Fitter Philosophy. I'm Ralphie, your host, and this channel is about discussing philosophical, stoic, practical, experience-based observations and situations to give advice, to share anecdotes, and just to discuss perhaps some of the mundane things in life that we don't give too much consideration to, and yet they can be profoundly influential in our lives, but they seem fairly mundane and ordinary, and we don't tend to give it too much thought. And it's things like the ability to prepare for a different reality, to prepare for a change in circumstances, to be personally adaptable to different situations in life when we meet different groups of people and we have to sort of fit in a little bit. Not too much, of course, but we have to compromise a little bit, adjust ourselves a little bit in order to fit in and be useful within that group that we find ourselves forced to cooperate with. And really I'm talking not so much in the recreational and friendship side, but in the work side of things. And it's being adjustable and the ability to change with circumstances, and also to accurately read excuse me, just getting over a nasty cold. I might as well tell you the recipe for the effective remedy is a big spoonful of honey, a couple of spoonfuls of lemon, and a dash of whiskey, and top it up with hot water. That's what works for me. It works very well, actually. But importantly is I've adjusted and adapted to my circumstances of being unwell. So I don't do my normal activities, I suspend them, I temporarily cancel them, and I wait till I get better. In other words, I give myself the space for recovery using the mechanisms to help my recovery that I know from experience actually work. And it's part of my adaptability, adjustability, being able to know the situation, read it accurately and say, right, I'm not so well at the moment, so what am I going to do to accelerate my wellness, my recovery? And it's amazing that we're surrounded by people who try not to adjust and adapt to circumstances, whether in the workplace, socially, in a change of address, in a change of location. And it doesn't necessarily mean going to other countries. You can get a change of community within your own country and find it very different from what you're used to. And it's this skill of adaptability which we don't really get taught. We're not really prepared for this. We have to use our own limited personal experience to go into a new situation and perhaps change our friends a little bit, discover new friends, drop a few old friends, or alternatively, we just have to observe the new community and we are in for a while before we actually start to engage with it. And it's not just communities, because we can be in our own community, the one we're used to, the one we're very familiar with, and we notice that it's changing. A lot has changed in the world over the last few years. And a lot of attitudes have changed as well, along with that change. And you may find, in fact, I've certainly noticed it, but you'll probably find that you find yourself recalibrating your values and who you're associating with more and who you're connecting with less. This is perfectly natural. We go through life in these circumstances. Outside factors do influence communities, can change communities. Some communities are empowered because they choose to be. Others are disempowered, again, because of apathy and because they are instead of taking control of what they can in the situation, they abdicate that control to the media or to the politicians and are thus weakened because of it. But this power and strength, it's a superpower actually. It's a superpower. Because it's not big changes that are effective, it's small changes on a regular basis over a specific period of time that never really ends. But it's that power to change and adapt, to personally morph, and to adjust ourselves in our life, that our lives are more empowered, that are richer, and that benefit from the decisions that we take and the decisions that we put into action in our lives to keep control of our circumstances. Well, one of the ways I've adapted to the modern world is to, quite simply, chill out a little bit. Don't get wound up. There's a tram coming, by the way. Have I shown you the trams yet? Oh, you're going to love this. Here we go. This is a great way of concluding the video. Here comes the tram. Vintage transport. The electric trams where I am first appeared over 100 years ago, and they run on electricity. They are the perfect slow ambient public transport for the modern world. Environment, no pollution, no exhaust. Fantastic, fantastic. You know, over 100 years ago they were way ahead of the time. There's a lot to learn from history because it helps us plan for the future, adjust, adapt, change as and when required. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I think I'll leave you with a nice summer view of the field here. There we go.